I wrote down a couple different notes from last night's Sunday Night Football Dolphins win that I wanted to go over. One was that Appel brought up that Tua Tagovailoa interception that he threw late in the game in the second half. Looks like he was trying to get to Tyreek over the top. Ended up being a jump ball for Tyreek. I think he just threw it late rather than trying to throw a jump ball. I just think the timing was off there.
I think with Tua, you're going to have to live with that because he does like to take a shot here and there. And so I think with him, you're going to have to live with that, especially if Tyreek's your number one. Because if you are going to throw the deep ball, Tyreek's going to want it. Mm-hmm. He's not going to sit there quietly watch you throw the deep ball to someone else week after week because they're taller. So you kind of know how that works. You played in the NFL. Tyreek is probably telling him the entire game, get it to me up there. I'll get it. Just throw it my way. I'll come down with it. And Tyreek many times will. Yeah. But I just think that that's something that you're going to have to live with Tua because he's going to try to find Tyreek deep, and Tyreek is always going to be at a height disadvantage.
It's where this is where my two worlds, or 3 worlds, 4 worlds, whatever I want to say, all my worlds come together. Last week on Inside the NFL, when Chad Johnson talked about he would look over to any quarterback he played with, and they figured out some man coverage, he'd say, "Skiwi,
yeah, I'm one-on-one." That was they showed the highlight of it on Inside the NFL.
Yep, Skiwi. I'm one-on-one. But to your point, Hog, exactly what I thought about this is a guy like Tyreek, a top receiver in the world. I'm one-on-one. Throw it up. I'm better than him. I'm gonna go get it. Tua but you want to keep that receiver happy, so you got to throw it up.
Yes.
Go let him get the ball. Go let him make you look good is what it is. And that's what he has to do. Was it late? Yes. Did he pump it too many times? Yes. But for him to have 215 yards, 2 touchdowns last week, for him to have a touchdown this week, you have to trust your playmakers. So if Tyreek turns the Tua before play and ever tells him, if I'm one-on-one, let it fly. You got to let it fly because that's what's going to make you a Pro Bowler because you have this great receiver. Tom Brady and Randy Moss. Randy Moss was old. He was washed. He left Oakland. Nobody thought he could play. He had 23 touchdowns. Brady had 50 passing touchdowns that year because when Tom Brady saw man-to-man, he threw it up to Moss. I'm not saying Tyreek is Randy Moss, but I'm saying Tyreek is damn near close, and he's faster than Moss was. Let that man go get the ball.
Yeah, no, he certainly earned the privilege of, hey, you see one-on-one on me, throw it. Like, he's earned the privilege to say that and to have Tua just trust him.
Yeah, and that's what it is, and that's what Greatest Show on Turf with Torrey Holt and boys, that's what everybody does. Peyton Manning back in the day with Marvin and I forgot who was on the side. Marvin Harrison and someone else, whatever. He had great receivers in
Reggie Wayne, right?
Reggie Wayne, yeah. So R-Dub, so Reggie and do you think every play was beautifully constructed, or did Marvin and Reggie make Peyton look good? That's what happens when you have great receivers and great quarterbacks. Sometimes you got to trust the guy to go get the rock.
Speaking of Tyreek Hill, his touchdown celly was the stomp the yard dance. I didn't catch it in real time, but everybody started putting the compilations together yesterday night and this morning
on social media.
Yeah, pretty cool from Tyreek Hill.
They broke it down last night on the broadcast of how that motion worked and how it extended the corner and made Tyreek one-on-one with the safety and how he could not cover him in that. Mike McDaniel, I guess I said it earlier. I wanted to kiss Mike McDaniel after that game. Mike McDaniel he got in his bag last night.
Well, I kind of feel like, because we talked about the blocked field goal, and I said, you got to give Belichick credit. Like, he came up with something that nobody had seen, and it worked. Bill Belichick, after that game, has to be sitting in his office going, McDaniel's that dude. Yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Smart coaches respect smart coaching. And I think Belichick, after that game, sitting in his office, was probably like, wow, that guy is going to do this for a long time. He's that good.
The same side motion, not to get too X and O-y, but the same side motion, when the motioning guy doesn't cross the center, when he's inside and he motions outside, it messes up defenses. Because even watching it last night and week 1 against the Chargers, like it extends defenses at a point where you're usually crossing the ball and you have to roll your safeties. Now, same side motion, it's only two guys over there. So it's a corner and a nickel, or corner and a safety. And now it shows you exactly what they're doing. And McDaniel's doing it. And the only other person to do it is Kyle Shanahan out in San Francisco. It's genius pre-snap stuff that Mike McDaniel's doing right now that, like I said, me as a defensive-minded guy, and I always see it from the defensive side, that same side motion messes up defenses because now you almost panic to get out there and cover that number one receiver.
Collinsworth brought it up yesterday. There was a back-to-back play instance where it's Tyreek Hill in the slot. Durham Smythe is actually flexed out near the boundary. And the first instance, Tyreek Hill kind of runs a wheel route in between the zone. Everybody collapsed on him. Tua had Durham Smythe 13-yard gain, first down. Very next play, it's the exact same formation. Well, now they think the ball's going out to Durham Smythe again. So it's Tyreek Hill, first down, 12-yard gain again in the exact same spot. They don't know how to cover it because how could you? You leave Tyreek Hill open, he's going to catch and run. But if you cover Tyreek Hill, now you've got 6'6" Durham Smythe out there who all of a sudden is one of Tua's favorite targets.
And by the way, Tua is so accurate that you can do that for an entire drive, which you saw, because when you have a quarterback that's not as accurate as that, it doesn't work as well. He's so damn accurate.
And him and Mike McDaniel are on the same page. To your point, Salon, like those back-to-back, that's what, like the script, you say teams are on a script where we're like, hey, we're going to run this play. And after we run this play, everybody's jumping this in route. So now we're going to send Tyreek on the end, and they're still looking at this guy. Back-to-back plays. Tua and Mike McDaniel are on the same page. And to your point, Hawk, Tua's so accurate that, yes, before Tyreek breaks, Tua's already, he's already with his hand off the ball. He's about to let it go, knowing that safety can't jump Tyreek. When he just saw Durham Smythe catch the ball outside, I can't jump this guy. My mind's telling me the ball's going there. And it's the script that they run, but it's in the damn third quarter, fourth quarter, when nobody thinks you're on the script. Bro, Mike McDaniel is calling some damn plays right now, bro.
There's some breaking news here for the Dolphins. This is from Adam Schefter. I'll play the breaking news music. Jaylen Waddle is in the concussion protocol. Well, that's not good news.
You just took all my little wind from under my wings.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Was it? He didn't get hit though.
I didn't think so. I thought his ankles were. If you told me Jaylen Waddle is coming out of that game with some sort of ailment, I would have said ankles or leg.
No, you don't remember they threw a penalty on that play. The safety came from behind, Martu, I think, or Mapu, and had helmet-to-helmet contact after a good play from Junon, I believe. And Waddle came out and went directly into the blue tent. They called a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the DB from New England.
Well, Jaylen Waddle is in concussion protocol, so we'll have to monitor that throughout the week and see what his availability will be for the Denver game on Sunday.
He gonna play. My wife hits me harder than that.
He only says that when she's out of town. And there's zero chance of her walking in.
She's in Italy right now. I can say whatever I want. See, I've been jacked up today.
Adam Schefter also tweets out the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes have restructured his agreement, giving him $210.6 million between 2023 and 2026, the most money in NFL history over a 4-season span. His compensation for those years is now guaranteed. Also, the Chiefs and Mahomes plan to revisit the agreement again after the 26th season, as told to ESPN by Equity Sports CEO Chris Cabot, who negotiated the deal on behalf of Holmes. And then Adam Schefter points out, after Joe Burrow's extension, Patrick Mahomes dropped to 8th among quarterbacks in average annual salary, $45 million, with 9 more years remaining on the contract he signed in 2020. The revised contract now places the reigning Super Bowl MVP back near the top.
And they'll renegotiate again when the next quarterback's up. It's going to be that Tua wave. It's going to come up when when Jalen Hurts got that money and Joe Burrow then got that money, and now that's why they signed a guy for double-digit years, planning to renegotiate if he balls out. So it's going to happen. He's going to continue to stay in the top 5 paid quarterbacks in the world.
Anyway, big news: Jaylen Waddle is in the concussion protocol. Something worth monitoring.
Hoch mentioned the Dolphins will play their home opener Sunday, 1 p.m. Finally get a 1 p.m. game, right, for Miami.
Oh, I hate this stuff. I hate the 4 o'clocks and the 8 o'clocks. I hate it. 1 o'clock. That's when I watch my foot. That's when I'm at my prime. You know, you get to 8:25 last night. You're not getting 100% Hochman. Yeah, I'm like 70% at that point.
Hoch, when your team is good, you get primetime games.
Well, it's funny. I got a text from one of my wife's friends last night, and she said, "Why are the Dolphins playing at 8:25?" And I said, "That's what happens when your team is good."
Get used to it.
The Chiefs. Did the Chiefs play yesterday at 1?
Yeah, against the
their
Jags.
only 1 o'clock game this season. That's it. That's their only 1 o'clock game for the season.
Get used to it now. You know what? You've been caught in the old. This is the Miami Dolphins, the old Miami Dolphins, bro. When you're balling,
in my day, you all played at 1 o'clock and you enjoyed it, and there was no coolers on the sideline.
You have a good coach. You have a Pro Bowl quarterback. You got to get used to adjusting that schedule, Hawk. Get used to it, baby.
Back in my day, the head coach would stand for an interview. He'd have a cigar in one hand. He'd answer a question. He wouldn't be running all over the field like he's got somewhere to go.
The Marlins, they're doing their thing right now. Tied.
Coaches in my day, they couldn't run. They could barely walk. They had a gait that was so deliberate, you'd have thought I owned them as a horse.
Chicago fan. Mike Dick could run, couldn't he?
No. Do you remember his knees after he was done playing?
Oh, his knees were shot.
Oh my goodness! Looked like me getting out of a car.
I always say it, bro. This 40. I'm about to be 40 this year. I make noise when I move now. And my wife's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, wait till the noises you make at 50.
Hey, I still make some noises when.